Feels Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway, originally published on 1927 in literary magazine Transition, then later published in short story collection Men Without Women. The story was rejected by early editors and anthologies, for they don't have any idea that it was a short story, and its plot puzzles many readers until now that only exceptionally perceptive reader would understand the plot.
Ernest Hemingway, an American journalist, novelist, short story writer, and sportsman. He was born in Oak Park, Illinois, United States. He joined a volunteer ambulance unit in World War I in the Italian Army and was awarded the Italian Silver Medal of Bravery. And he worked journalism before publishing his story collection in Our Time. Hemingway is seen as one of the greatest American 20th century novelists, also known for his work A Farewell to Arms and The Old Man and the Sea.
In the station of Barcelona, a couple was waiting for the express to come, in which will take about 40 minutes to come and would stop for about 2 minutes. Then it will take off going to Madrid. It was very hot, where there's no shade and no trees. In the side of the station there's building, where the shadow of the building was warm and which have an open door to come inside the bar. The couple, which only name American guy and the girl, are having conversation, drinking cold beers to lessen the feeling of the extreme heat they are currently feeling. The girl was looking off at the line of the hill, which she said that it looks like a white elephant. The girl replied that he never seen one. The girl answered no, you wouldn't have. And he said, I might have. Just because you say I wouldn't have doesn't prove anything. Which is the first hint on what they are going to talk about. The girl got distracted to the beer curtain that have painted something which is an Anis del Toro, a drink which the girl requested to drink partner with water. They continue having conversation on the drink they order, but later they talk again about the hill that looks like white. The girl is amused and explained that they don't really look like white elephant, and she means just the coloring of their skin through the trees. The American guy talked about nice warm blue and beer that was so nice, and smoothly turned the topic about simple operation, insisting that the operation is not really an operation at all. The girl did not say anything, and the American guy kept saying and asking if the girl wouldn't mind it. The American guy said the girl's nickname G, and the girl answered, what will we do after? And the American guy replied that everything will go back together and will be fine. The whole conversation after this is all about the operation. Things that they are talking about is quite confusing, just like the mind of the girl if she would do the operation. The American guy kept saying that he will be there and nothing will change and eventually everything will go back to normal. They could be free to do everything and the world is on their hands again. And in the end of the story, it is unclear what does the girl decide to do, but the sure thing is that the story may tell us that they are going to separate ways.
Paper chose the feminist literary theory criticism in viewing and analyzing the short story Feels Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway, which is relevant to the context it had. Feminist literary criticism is the critical analysis of literary works based on feminist perspective that rejects the patriarchal norms of literature. Feminist theories gave birth in 1794 when Mary Wollstonecraft wrote the Vindication of the Rights of Women, followed by different publications which addresses the issue. One major approach of feminist literary criticism revolves around the desire to redefine the literary canon dominated by men. Radical feminism claims women's oppression originates in sexuality. Feminist literary criticism doesn't aim to overpower the men, rather it promotes equality.
The literary criticism on Hills Like White Elephants aims to criticize the work of Ernest Hemingway through a feminist perspective. The criticism seeks to determine how the short story illustrates gender inequality and how the man dominates the women in the story. It includes objectification, stereotyping, oppression, and such.
Questions 1. How does the short story illustrate and reveals the struggles of women with less privileges in the society? Number 2. How does the characteristics and relationship of each character affect other characters, exposing their motives? Number 3. Does the literary piece support and strengthen the feminist ideologies, or does it favor patriarchy practices?
The whole story is revolved around conversation of the American guy and the girl who later called Jig. Through conversation, they managed to describe the whole setting and the scenario in order to convey message through symbolism, because it is hard for both characters to communicate even though they are both exchanging dialogues. In this dialogue, the author already started talking about the story will about to happen by letting the readers curious about what the girl means when she said that the hill looks like white elephant. The author is trying to say, if you already read the whole story, is that the girl is trying to expose that she is pregnant by looking at the hill, and with that, she continued to say that it looks like a white elephant, which symbolizes that someone who no one wants to have. The two message, it says that the American guy and the girl is having a baby who both do not want. And the next conversation they had contains a message where the feminist theory can apply. In the scenario, he asked the girl what is written on the painting, and the American guy answered. In here, we could able to see that in the story, the author described the man as intelligent and the woman described as showing lack of knowledge. The girl even asked the guy if they could try the drink, meaning that the guy is the one taking control of everything. Another scene here that shows inequality beyond gender is that the bartender is a woman, indicating how man command and order to the woman, but in a positive way. It shows how women can work hard and have the ability to do jobs that does not limit what gender they have. The both of them just seems like changing the topic all the time. The beer represent how both of them wants to escape from the situation they currently having. Trying new drinks mean the tension is building up, so they need to find a way by having high tolerance drink when the beer is already not effective. The conversation is nothing but the setting is describing what they want to talk about. The American guy opened up about the operation, which he described as simple operation. He also mentioned that the operation is just let the air in and then it's all perfect natural. At this point, we could clearly see how man tried to control the girl in the stage of childbirth and motherhood, which the radical feminism argue about. Women should not be controlled in terms of their decision about their own body. They do not consider the feelings of the girl because they do not really understand the pain that they are going through. The trauma she will had if the abortion happened, and the society judgment if she continues the child labor without the support of the father of the child she is currently bearing. In the next conversation, the reader will see that the mind of the girl is affected on how the man convinced the girl to have an ovary. The readers could already see the image that the story is telling, the tangled mind she currently had, while the American guy continues to talk sweet words so that the girl would agree on what he wants. Using love to persuade women is actually one thing that makes the woman be in control. It's like marriage when the couple is already married. Some people think that since they are already one, they can do all things according to their will. But some circumstances, like women are raped by their husband. Applying it to the story, the man she says she loved the girl, but the girl had the hint that if she does not follow to the order of the man, he will not give any support to the child she is bearing. This is the time when the girl doesn't even care about herself because of what the American guy wants her to do. He doesn't understand the simple thing that the girl will sacrifice. That is one thing about our society. They limit the work or the tasks to men, and the society does not even care on what are they going to do now because they already have the mindset that the girl should only in the kitchen. That is why being single mom is hard. The man abuse their body and leave them. And after that, the society will not favor the girl because their assumption is that the man can do better work than women. Since the society made the gender man as the one who leads, they already claim that the world is already on their hands. The couple has a freedom in their past life to do everything, but when they accidentally made a baby, it restricted the man to do everything he'd been doing on his past life. When the story is about to end, they never settle because in any way they will be apart. They do not finish the beer because the girl walks away, meaning that they have not resolved it and do not do anything but as if she is fine. It's a relief from the guy because he does not have any more obligation and freely do the things he'd been doing.
Criticizing using feminist theory to literary piece reflected the inequality of autonomy between sexes in the society, when literature can be a platform to raise awareness and address issues. The short story shows the superiority of the man in decision making, conversation, and intelligence, which makes the girl inferior and dependent to him, for she is indecisive and lacks appropriate knowledge. Describing the scenery was the girl's way to express herself, for she's having a hard time, while the guy uses euphemism in order to have an image of normalcy between them, thus making him in control of himself and the situation at hand. The guy violates radical feminism, for he persistently persuading her. It implies that society does not much have to offer to women so they can be on their own. Even so, the women serving the couple thought everything was fine. The characteristics, personality, and attitude of the character was used to address the issue using feminist approach.